What's going on, people? It's your boy Astro, aka Ketchup, coming at you today with some very, very, very exciting news here this week in Shounenketchup, your weekly anime news show, coming at you every single Wednesday, sometimes Thursdays, giving you the best in shonen and anime news. If this is your first time here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you can see whenever I upload the news video, and you will be on top of the news. I got a lot of exciting things to talk about this episode, so let's just get right into the news. Firstly, oh my goodness, what a week it has been. I'm sure as the title has spoiled, and I'm keeping in my energy because, I've mentioned my love for this particular series a lot. Not even the one that I'm specifically showing on the screen right now, which is my favorite series, but we'll talk about what I have just referenced a little later. First comes to first. One Piece episode 968. What is significant about One Piece episode 968? I do not know how long you have been following One Piece. I do not know if you watch One Piece, but if you are a fan, the significance of this episode, it is deep. We finally get to see in real time, well, technically it's a flashback, but in the flashback real time, you know what I mean? We technically get to see Roger making it to the final island, which he named Laughtale. Now, for us manga readers, we already knew that, but a lot of people didn't put two and two together about Laughtale and Raftale. With the Japanese language, R's and L's, there isn't exactly an L in Japanese, right? It's mostly symbolized with an R. So technically, the name Raftale and Laughtale, phonetically, if you were to write it in katakana, it's basically the same thing. So I think that's a nice spin on words if you haven't noticed that. So yes, if you were wondering why the final island changed from Raftale to Laughtale, it's because phonetically it was almost the same thing to begin with. So we only got the clarification of what it was called as manga readers recently when we reached this chapter, but my goodness, the significance, people, the significance of this specific episode. Without going into too much spoilers, we see the King of the Pirates, Gold Roger, big old beard, the guy that's at the start of just about every opening. If you've only watched a few episodes of One Piece so far, we finally saw him make it to the end. And though we don't have all the answers, it answers a lot of the questions a lot of fans have been waiting for. For people that have been watching One Piece and that are obsessed with it like myself, I couldn't help but feel a little emotional because it just means that we're coming closer to the end. And, all great things must eventually come to an end, but the way One Piece was going, it felt like it was going to go forever. But maybe, Oda's timeline of 5 years is going to be fairly accurate, and, the day that One Piece ends and Luffy makes it to that final island. I'm taking dramatic pauses because I'm just getting so emotional here. It's going to be a sad day. It's going to be a sad day for anime. It's going to be a happy day for anime. And I am looking forward to it, but also dreading it, if that makes sense. On to the second story. Man, why are we so somber today? I thought I said I had good news. Okay, still coming, but before I get to the super hypeness, Attack on Titan final chapter. So this is the cover for this month's Shonen Jump, and we see all of the scouts young, even the ones that aren't technically with us anymore. No spoilers, won't say who, but there's definitely a few people that have already been deceased on the screen right now. So the final chapter, which is coming out, Attack on Titan chapter 139, should be coming out on April 9th. I believe that is the official release, if I remember correctly, or that's the date the translations will be on the internet. So, the manga's in a very interesting place. Again, I like to make these videos as informative, and I don't like to spoil if I don't need to. So I'm not going to spoil any particular plot points. But if you are watching Season 4 of the anime, you know just how intense it was. And let me tell you, Part 2 of Season 4, which I reported on a few episodes prior, that we are getting, is going to be intense. If you thought the first part was intense, this part is going to be nuts, and I think you'll be feeling a lot of things. In terms of that, just to give you kind of an emotional gauge of where a lot of fans are at, it is at a very, very, very questionable point in the series in terms of how to feel about things and people and how things are going. This last chapter is going to be, it's going to be a make or break, really and truly. Like, it's been a great series, regardless, but, if this last chapter is done well, this could go down as one of the GOATs. I think it already will, but, if this last chapter is done poorly, then, some people will have bad things to say, and I think that, not everyone is going to love how it ends. I'm obviously no psychic. If I was a Pokemon, I'd be more of a fire electric type. That's just my attitude. But I definitely, if I was a betting man, would say we are looking at maybe a more sad ending, because the whole series has been sad, so why stop now? So enough about sadness. Enough about sadness. Let's finally get into the... That's right, baby. Jojo Part 6! Dodo shit! Oh, if you do not know this about me, if you do not know this, I've already mentioned One Piece is my favorite series, but Jojo, I love it. I was relatively late on the train. I think I maybe started watching when Part 4 was finishing, and I think actually the beginning of Part 5, so I'm relatively late. I've had friends in college always tell me to watch it, and when I did, I'll be honest, I really liked Part 1, I really liked Part 2, Part 3, I liked the beginning of it and then it got slow. Part 4 is my all-time favorite part, and then I decided to read the manga after that. So I obviously watched Part 5, and then I've read up to JoJolion, though I'm really at the beginning because I want to kind of pace myself. But as a JoJo fan, oh my goodness, I remember, I believe it was 2019, back when the world was still moving, Anime Expo, there were some directors and some people from David Productions, and David Productions, they have done a fantastic job with the anime so far. I love how the animation always changes with just about every season, really. I think if we look at kind of the animation style that we've gotten for this trailer so far, it looks a little closer to Part 5, but also with some aspects of Part 4. I think the way the nose is drawn is kind of similar to the way a lot of characters' noses were drawn in Part 4. So I think it's kind of a mix of Part 4 and Part 5, because obviously, and just in terms of the art, Araki has changed his style as he has went along. So seeing how they're going to present this one and give it its unique spin is amazing. But finally seeing Jolene Cujo, which, big spoiler alert here, if you guys don't know, if you guys do not know who this amazing woman is, she's Jotaro's daughter. So, I mean, as much as I said that Part 3 was boring at times, the end of Part 3 was amazing. It was fuego. And, if I'm being honest, I would say, obviously, Part 4 was my favorite, and I'm a big Part 7 guy as well, which, of course, everybody always says Steel Ball 1 is amazing. I agree. Steel Ball Run is amazing. I probably think I like Part 4 just as much or a little more just because it's animated right now, but I think if we do end up getting that Steel Ball Run adaptation, just the characters and just how everything's going to happen, it's hard to deny that that's a great part. So, I mean, Part 6, a lot of people have their opinions on it, but regardless, I am super excited to have more JoJo content. I'm not the biggest fan of the events of Part 6. However, I do think that seeing it animated will make things a little less clustered, which was a bit of an issue that I had for Part 6. Things kind of started moving fast. Some of the battles were a little bit difficult to understand. To be fair, I may have been speed reading, as a lot of people do just to get to Steel Ball Run, but I'm looking forward to taking my time every week sitting down and reviewing this, which is another thing I want to let you people know. I will be reviewing this on a weekly basis on this channel. I've decided, the really hype ones, shows I really like, I will be reviewing it every single week. I might even do reactions, but the reactions might be on a different channel, but definitely you'll see reviews for every single Stone Ocean episode, so we can go over every fight with a thin needle, and it'll be really, really cool to look back on. So, great news there. In terms of her voice actor, we've got Ai Farouz as Jolene. beautiful. Like, these voice actors in Japan, man, so beautiful. I believe she's half Egyptian, I guess, and Japanese, but she's really cool. If you watch the live stream event, all the voice actors for all of the Jo stars up to this point were there, and they welcomed her to the club, and she was super excited about it, which was very, very touching. I believe that she's also one of the main voices in Pretty Cure, so I heard that she's a relatively new voice actor, but just like, you heard it, just that little soundbite at the end of the trailer, just that little soundbite. I know she's going to do a fantastic job. To me, this is already Jolene. The Jolene in Eyes of Heaven was great too, don't get me wrong, but her voice screams Jolene, and I have a feeling she's a JoJo fan, so very, very excited for her, and let's all wish her the best. Ganbatte kudasai. So, that's it. I told you we wouldn't be ending on a sorrow note. I know for One Piece we got the sad nostalgia factor in the first piece of news, and then obviously Attack on Titan ending and that confirmation, you know, coming out on the 9th, or that final chapter, I should say, coming out on the 9th. But at least we could look forward to Stone Ocean, likely in the first quarter, probably, of 2022. Maybe the end of calendar year 21. We'll have to see. So, overall, really good week for anime, and Stone Ocean is announced, baby. I am super excited. JoJo fans are the best. JoJo memes are the best, man. I don't care what anybody says. We're awesome. If you're a JoJo fan, tell me what your favorite part is. Tell me if you enjoyed this video. And most of all, help your boy get to 100 subs. We're trying to grow this channel, so if you enjoyed this content and you're looking forward to more news, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that like button and notification bell so you know every time a new Shounenketchup weekly news video is posted. If you've made it to the end, I really appreciate you. Thanks a lot for clicking the video. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine.